What's up, everybody? It's Big Bang Talks Comics for the week of March 11th, 2015. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're here to talk comics. Are you ready to talk comics? What are you looking forward to this week?
What are you looking forward to? Did you leave us any comments in the last video?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either.
Should we give a free poster to the first person that makes a comment about this video?
Yes.
I just want to test the waters. Free poster to the first person to comment on this video on Facebook.
I agree.
If you happen to do it on YouTube, I'll see if I can find another poster. But anyway, do it. Watch this commercial. We'll be right back. We're talking independent comics first.
Speak up quietly! The Foot are about to ambush the turtle's sewer playtest. But thanks to the turtle's periscope, it's no surprise. Take cover! The Foot are attacking with their sewer ball. Watch out, turtles, or you'll wind up in the recovery room. Oh no! Retro Mutant News! The Shredder's up to his old trick. And speaking of going up, the turtles are taking the elevator to street level to make a call on Shredder using their private line. Reach out and crush someone. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Playmates.
Alright, Aaron, we're back. We're going to talk independent comics first. I know you're looking forward to this one. Boom Studios is Bill and Ted's Triumphant Return, #1. It's right after The Bogus Journey.
Totally.
Whoa.
Man, back in the day, I love that. I mean, remember the cereal? And they had like the little phone booth thing? Anyway.
No George Carlin, though. Well, he can exist in the comic, just
I
not
am
if there's a
sad
movie.
about that because I'm a huge George Carlin fan. Like, that guy was great. He was an intelligent guy that was very funny. I loved him and Bill and Ted. He had a ponytail, and he had a great disposition. I say that sarcastically. Anyway, so I'll probably pick this up just because I heard they were going to try to do another movie and.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, but in the event it doesn't, you've got Bill and Ted's Triumphant Return right here.
Kind of like the Django Zorro thing. I think the movie's not going to happen. At least you get the comic, though.
Yeah,
so we like comics here.
Yes. Anyway, check it out. Bill and Ted's Triumphant Return #1. Also, from Dynamite Entertainment, we've got King. We call it King Flash Gordon, but really it's Flash Gordon #2, 4-issue miniseries. If you dig the movie, if you like the character at any point in his rich history, you'll dig the book. Lots of chemistry with Dale Arden and Professor Zarkov. Anyway, hilarity ensues. You've also got Ming in there. Space. It's like space fun. I don't know.
Space opera.
Space opera. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's a fun book. Check it out. Also, Magnus Robot Fighter #12. It's the final issue. The Gold Key revival is now coming to an end at Dynamite. I think I was one of the few reviving it. But Magnus Robot Fighter was one of my favorite books. Sad to see it go, but they do have a plan. Turok, Magnus, and Solar are all ending here this month. So sad to see them go, but hey, we'll see what they have next for the Gold Key characters.
It's hard to be an independent fan because it's like you gotta keep it going.
You never know if a book's going to stick around.
It's part of it, and if it's not Marvel or DC, it's just kind of a crapshoot whether it's going to hang around or not.
Right.
That's always the disappointment. Like, I thought we were going to lose Uncanny, but soon we get Uncanny Season 2. So I'm excited about that. You got to support the independent guys. You really do.
Yeah, and I'll say one thing. It's like, you're trying to keep them alive, but on the other hand, it's good because it lightens your wallet for another book.
Mm-hmm.
So, on one hand, it's tragic. On the other hand, it's, hey, I can try something else. Like Bill and Ted's Triumphant Return, man.
You can try it now.
So anyway.
There's less other things to do.
That's right. So anyway, that's the final issue. Also, Pathfinder Origins #2. That's just a shout out to our Pathfinder fans and our players out there. Comes with an exclusive map. Also, if you like Munchkin, keep an eye out for the latest issue with an exclusive card in it.
They got cards in them.
Cards. Check it out. So, now here's a book I want to talk about.
Bring it down to the serious note. Okay.
Spawn Resurrection #1.
Al Simmons is back.
He's back. Why are we whispering?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Okay.
Spawn Resurrection #1. In fact, if you missed issue number 250, this is a great jumping on point to try Spawn.
I missed 250. I think if Josh has it, I'm borrowing it though, because I don't know if I want to jump back on the Spawn board or anything, but it's pretty cool that Al Simmons is back. I have to admit, I loved that series back in the day.
It was a cool book back in the 90s. How old were we? Don't say it. Anyway, we were reading Spawn back when it was really cool and fresh.
Yeah.
So
remember
anyway,
the HBO show?
Yes.
Oh man,
That was a big deal back then. You didn't have all the comic properties everywhere.
No, and they did a really good job on that. Really good job. Was it Keith David, I think, is the one that does the voice?
I think so.
There's a David Keith and a Keith David. One was in Firestarter.
I think it's Keith David.
Keith David? Okay.
Yeah, the black guy
David
in They Live.
Keith was the guy that was in
Keith David, the guy in the They Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
And David Keith played Drew Barrymore's dad in Firestarter.
Wow.
It's confusing.
Let's stick with Keith David.
Keith David. Great voice actor. Great actor, too.
But try out Spawn Resurrection #1 if you're looking. All I know is we're going to have more coming in. It's a great way to jump onto Spawn and this book is outside of the continuity before number 251 picks up next month.
Join us.
Join us. Also, Surface #1, Alex Cott. What if Mobius and District 9 had a baby? This is the book. It's written by Alex Cott. Surface #1 from Image.
I'm checking it out because I read Zero Volume 1. Awesome. Spider-Man Marvel Knights. Awesome.
Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier.
Awesome. And you wouldn't think it'd be awesome. Like, when you read...
Secret Avengers. Awesome and funny. I don't even want to see it go, man.
I didn't even... He writes that, too?
Yes.
Man.
The book's great.
There's always something, isn't there?
I was going to drop that book. See, all right. I was going to drop it, and this is where the Dashing Skull Club say, don't drop it!
Don't drop it!
Of course, I'm not the lead singer, but anyway.
The lead singer's not the lead singer.
Ooh.
Jeff. You heard it here. In a Ferrari.
Secret Avengers is a great book. Alex Cott, anyway, what if Mobius and District 9 had a baby? Looks like a cool concept.
It does look like a cool concept. Like, that. If that doesn't sell you, because that's kind of like, wow, that's pretty messed up. Like, and if you've read anything of his, like, well, he usually delivers. You can't take that away from Alex Cott. Like, he'll just take this... Bucky Barnes, perfect example. Bucky's going to be an assassin in space, and initially you're like, that sounds stupid.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And then you read it and you're like, well, few people can pull that off, like Grant Morrison. You can read a solicitation of his, like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then you read it and like,
it's cool.
I have to admit, that was really good.
And you also got Daisy Johnson, Quake. Oh wait, you may have heard of her in a little show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Should be watching it.
Hello Inhumans. Season 2 is better, right?
It is. I haven't seen the last episode or the next one comes out tonight.
I want to see Agent Carter.
Yeah, Agent Carter is really good. I like it's like how women are seen as like beneath men and all that. So it's kind of funny in a way because it's so contrary to our culture 70 years later. So
go figure. But she is Agent 13.
She is.
I mean,
anyway, all I can say, Agent Carter is definitely, it's a cool, and you got Jarvis in there as well. Jarvis the Butler, awesome stuff. So anyway, read Surface #1, Walking Dead #138. It's Walking Dead. Do we really need to talk about
Robert
Walking
Kirkman?
Dead?
Everybody loves Robert Kirkman. He gets shows and everybody loves
stuff.
Him. He's from Kentucky.
Yep.
So he's definitely one of our own.
Yep.
Got out there and did his thing.
And Outcast is going to be, what was it, on Cinemax soon?
Yeah. I'm so selling that.
If you missed out on that book, you can get it on the dollar rack.
Dollar rack.
It's $1 special issue.
You didn't get the first print of #1 like some of us did.
It's about demonic possession, which is very real.
It was. I mean, man.
It's very biblical, isn't it?
I will say this: if you didn't read it, you should, because there is a page, a scene in there that was drawn with the little boy that was possessed that will send chills.
Yeah.
It was just wow. That was good.
If you like The Exorcist, I mean, not to get off topic, but Kirkman wanted this book a little more rooted in reality, and there's a lot of evidence, demonic possession, not just in the Bible, but.
It's scary.
It happened in the Bible, Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah. The Exorcist is based on a true story.
It's true.
It's head spinning. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna puke some pea soup anyway.
Hold it in. Lastly, before he pukes up his pea soup, Ninjak #1, written by Matt Kent from Valiant Comics. Ninjak, one of the coolest characters that Valiant has actually came up with in the last 20 plus years. Looks cool. Matt Kent writes it. Why not? Give it a shot.
I looked at the preview that we got for free if you got to follow here. And, yeah, man, I didn't know so much about Ninjak. I knew Bloodshot. That's about all I knew about Valiant, though.
Yeah, Bloodshot's Jeff Lemire, he writes it. It's getting ready to come out.
Bloodshot looks really good. Especially that take on it was like, I mean, that makes you want to jump in. And there's just so many comics to get.
If you ever want to try Valiant, this is the next, it's called Valiant Next, I believe, so.
I think you should jump in right here.
Check it out.
If you're looking like, oh man, I'm just tired of reading all this Marvel and DC, I need something different, and you still want some superhero stuff, I would jump in on this.
Yeah. Valiant's very eclectic, and a good book to try would be The Valiant. which is basically like I call it the Justice League of all the Valiant characters. It's pretty cool.
But Prince Valiant is not on Valiant.
That's Dynamite, but Prince Valiant was actually really cool. We'll talk about that another day. But that's it for Independence. You want to move to DC, Aaron?
Yeah, I think we should talk about Action 40.
All right, go ahead.
We just wrapped up the, and spoiler alert, it was the Ultra Humanite.
Gasp!
The Ultra Humanite. And some people have debated, will they change him? But let's be honest. He was a monkey with a brain hanging out.
Isn't that Gorilla Grodd?
No, he's just a monkey that eats brains.
Oh, okay.
Very cool. But anyway, Ultra Humanite, I mean, it didn't hurt to revamp him. I think it was pretty cool. I didn't see it coming because, like I said before, it was like the fog meets Blackest Night, like Clark's parents are coming back from the dead, Lana's parents are coming back from the dead. It was definitely more of attacking Superman in a mental way. And some people might have complained there wasn't as much action because, I mean,
it is Action Comics, right?
It is Action Comics. I mean, you got to give them that. But it was a really cool story, one of the best Superman stories I've read, and Action's been very solid. I can't say the same for Superman, but I've yet to read anything from Action and not like it. So, Greg Pak is holding the torch, man.
That's cool. Actually sounds like a cool story. You also got Constantine.
Constantine, man. Thankfully, they're not canceling that book, because they're canceling all kinds of other books that are cool, like Swamp Thing, if you didn't... That was the last one, but that was such a cool ending to that. It was even like getting into the avatar of imagination, and he's like reading a book with his own story in there. It was really cool.
That's weird.
You'd almost think Grant did it, but it's Charles Soule. You'd almost. But anyway, Constantine, man, he killed his Earth 2 self. He had to. You couldn't have two Constantines in the same place in his magic work, and he had to save, what was his dad who died in his Earth, and his mom, and his girlfriend that became a drug addict. Anyway, point is that Constantine being a bad dude kind of, it's like he serves his purpose. And at the same time, you got Dr. Fate, and he's not really all that cool with Constantine. He's Dr. Fate, though. I mean, you can't argue with Dr. Fate. So Constantine was trying to get them out. He got them so far as kind of an in-between. Hasn't quite made it out. Apocalypse is coming. Earth 2 is just about to be obliterated. It's getting insane and crazy. In case you didn't know, Obsidian's over in World's End too. So we got World's End going on.
You mean Alan Scott's son?
That character. Not the same. I mean, obviously it's not this Alan Scott's son. Can't be. But...
Good point.
It's Obsidian.
Okay.
He's got the same name. It's, There was this crazy scene a few issues back involving Constantine, a gun, some racist dude, and Obsidian. If you read it, you know what I'm talking about. That was pretty crazy. I never thought I would see Constantine use a gun on somebody.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, since he was there, he couldn't really use his power too much, or his magic was being interfered with because he had another good like a decent, respectable Constantine was there.
So he had to do something.
He had to do something to save Obsidian.
Of all people.
Of all people. And Obsidian in this world is not the same as the Obsidian in the other.
In our world?
No,
I'm joking.
Ours is, whatever. There's 52 of them. We're one of them.
So read Constantine and check out the show. Right?
Yes. Hopefully the show comes back.
Let's talk Batman Arkham Knight. Also a big media thing with the new game coming out and got a mature rating?
A mature rating?
Yes.
Yankel was saying it was over torture.
Ooh.
Torture.
But before the game comes out, you can check out the comic.
Exactly. And,
I believe it's Peter Tomasi that writes it.
You can't go wrong with Peter Tomasi, can you? Man, he was the editor of the whole Damian story with Grant Morrison. He's been on Damian since the beginning. He's seen it to the end because, Batman and Robin's ending, yet another comic that I'm not too happy about ending. But we also have...
Separate video.
Superman, Wonder Woman, he's still on that. That's been pretty awesome. He had Cersei and Magog. So, I'm excited about Arkham Knights. I'm not going to get the game because I can't afford that system. I mean, I'm a little too old to be spending that much money and not get to play it that much.
If you can't play the game, read the comic, right?
That's what I'm going to do.
So check out the comic, number
it's got
one.
Batman. Of course it's going to sell. You all love Batman.
It's Batman. Read the book, people.
He's like the only comic character DC puts out, right?
Yeah. Oh, pretty much. But anyway, also, speaking of Batman, they just announced that he has a new status quo come June. He looks like a robot We'll talk about that in another time, but check that out. If you get bored, Google it.
You might have to insult it.
It looks like a weird... I thought it was Captain Carrot in a Batman suit, but it's not. Anyway,
that would be hilarious.
Scott Snyder said he wanted to do a story out of continuity, or a story that he could... I don't know. Anyway, he wanted to change the status quo, and it's drastic. So anyway, take a look at it. Also, speaking of Batman, Endgame one-shots come out this month. The Endgame conclusion is coming. And Detective Comics Batgirl, a number of books are getting one-shots. Detective Comics Endgame number 1 comes out this week.
Holy crap, did you guys read the last issue? Did you read the last issue?
Batman number 39 or 40?
39.
Yeah, I did.
Did you see that thing with Alfred?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All I want to do is give Alfred a hand.
Good man.
Good job, Alfred. Read the book.
Read it.
And also, Green Lantern Corps number 40, last issue. What's the future of the Corps? You got to find out there. And Mortal Kombat X number 4. If you like Mortal Kombat, check it out. But yeah, a lot of books ending in DC this month.
I'm not happy about this. The closer we get to it, I'm just like, man.
Closer we get to it, I see my file moving away from DC, at least until June.
Until June?
Yeah, when new number 1s come out. There's so few good books that are worth trying.
Well, new number 1s, Marvel and DC both would just do this. Like, if we throw a number 1, you can jump in, so jump in.
Speaking of Marvel, I'm looking forward to Secret Wars and the Battle World and all that. It's looking very eclectic.
I think both companies got this interesting thing going on. It's almost like they're testing the waters. Like, what did you like from our past?
Yeah,
we're going to keep that. We're going to reshape things, move forward. Like, I haven't seen it in the preview yet, but I heard there's going to be a 90s X-Men book.
It's going to be one of the areas on the Battle World map. There's actually nine of them that are classified. Nobody knows what they are. Scotty Young's getting his own book just announced. A lot of other stuff. We're going to talk about this in a separate video because it's too long.
Just had to mention that.
Sorry. Anyway, speaking of Secret Wars, New Avengers number 31. I've been waiting for this since I've read New Avengers binge read last couple weeks. I had read like 25, 30 issues, man. It was insane. Anyway, New Avengers number 31. Who is Rabum Alao? Will we finally see who this guy is?
How do you say his name?
I just say Rabum Alao. Sounds like a bum.
Rabum Alao.
Rabum Alao.
Alao.
I believe it's Sumerian. I believe it's Sumerian. I think it means like... anyway, if you want to have...
He knows Raish?
Google it. I don't know if he knows Raish. Anyway, check it out. New Avengers 31. Also, Howard the Duck, number 1.
Howard the Duck.
He's trapped on our world. How is he going to respond? All I know is expect Wolverine-type attitude with duck jokes in the Marvel Universe. I don't know. It's he smokes a cigar. He's a little bit duck, but he's got some...
He's kind of crude.
He's very crude.
Anybody remember that movie? You're trying to forget.
Yeah, trying to forget, but Leah Thompson was in it. That's all I remember.
Leah Thompson was in it.
That's all I remember.
That's right. Anyway,
stay calm.
The 80s.
Keep the beard. Also, Amazing Spider-Man number 16. Spider-Verse is over. What's the future of Spider-Man? Also, .1 issues come out this month, written by
Jerry Conway.
And it's about isn't like the Crime Lord War or something like that?
I think so.
It looks
I mean,
intriguing.
that sold me when I saw Jerry Conway. That was where I cut my teeth on Spider-Man.
Yep, it looks intriguing. They're finally getting back to some ground level stuff after all that multiversal stuff.
Yeah, all that crazy Grant Morrison-ish stuff.
It was cool. I liked it.
Of course, I liked it.
It's so different that it was actually refreshing to read Spider-Man in a story like this.
Plus, you got Spider-Ham.
Yes.
And I don't know if anybody's
Peter
really
Porker.
Looked at Peter Porker's costume, but he actually has the eye holes where his nose is. I think that's so funny.
That's awesome.
I was just so amused by that.
Also, speaking of Spider-Man, I'm going to try to burn through Marvel real quick. Spider-Gwen number 2. You should be reading it. Spider-Gwen, hottest character Marvel's brought out, and she's a hot character to get. Also, Ant-Man number 3. You like heart and humor? You like Superior Foes of Spider-Man? You like making fun of continuity?
I love making fun of continuity.
You like a hero who isn't a hero, but he's really trying to be? Read Ant-Man. Good stuff. Deadpool number 43. It's Deadpool. He's going to die soon. Get ready.
He's not Deathstroke. Did I say that out loud?
You did.
Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson. Seriously?
It's close. Fantastic Four number 644. The End is Forever. The end of the Fantastic Four book and the future of the team lies in this book. Check it out. The End is Forever. This is it. Fantastic Four is going away for a while. And this book's actually selling out as of late. I have to say that.
Really?
Yes.
I guess because it's coming to an end.
It's coming to an end.
I was never a big Fantastic Four fan or Thor, but I'm getting huge into Thor. Like, I'm a Thor
Thor number 6.
Exactly. And we're getting closer to finding out who she is.
Number 8.
Man.
Jane Foster. We're calling it.
Jane Foster. And
we're calling you out, Natalie Portman. We are calling you out.
Natalie Portman.
Aaron wants your number.
No.
No?
No. Padme.
Oh. Yeah, it kind of ruins it for you.
It does.
Okay.
Totally. Plus, I watched her in The Professional. I still kind of see her as that
I haven't seen that movie, but I remember her being in the movie, yes. I haven't seen it at all.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it at all.
It's a good movie. Luc Besson, man, he makes a lot of cool movies. I still need
to
see Lucy.
That's like what he does taking all those.
Yeah, and he did something with a dragon. Jet Li had Bridget Fonda in it. Kiss of the Dragon. Good movie.
I said Jet Li.
I love Jet Li.
Speaking of Ant-Man.
It's good stuff.
Just kidding.
Cliff Chang does a variant cover of that Ant-Man.
He does.
I don't know if we're getting any, but if we are, you should pick it up. Cliff Chang's awesome.
Let's see.
Star Wars number 3.
All right. Yes.
And I'm just on a Jason Aaron kick. You should just buy Thor 6 and Star Wars number 3 because they're awesome. They're written by Jason Can't Do No Wrong Aaron. You know, they can't do no wrong Aaron.
I get it. I get it, Aaron. It took me a second, but I think I got it.
I just keep driving that in, don't I? Anyway, all laughs aside. That is, man... If you're one of those people that's just like, I don't know about Star Wars anymore, you need to read this book. Because it's like you read it, you hear the voices.
It's just like the movies.
Darth Vader.
We can't say it enough.
It is. It's perfect. If there was a perfect Star Wars comic, this is it. They just needed to come back home to Marvel. That's all they needed.
That's all it took.
Iron Man.
Superior Iron Man number 6, you should be reading it as well. We've talked about it a lot. Tony Stark's a jerk, but it's also compelling.
Matt Murdock's got some serious stuff to take up.
Yeah, basically it's Daredevil versus Tony Iron Man, so it's really cool.
And Happy, man. Who would have thought?
Happy.
Who would have thought?
Oh, we're almost out of time. We hear the buzzer. What do we got? All New X-Men 37. Read it because it's X-Men and Brian Michael Bendis is about to end. Silver Surfer number 10. It's the most epic battle between Silver Surfer and Galactus since their last battle, whenever that was. But anyway, Silver Surfer versus Galactus. This is supposed to be a big story written by Stan Slott. We got to go. I'm speaking for Aaron. I'm Daryl. Don't forget, we got him. BobBigBang.com. Hooah!